That's always what I forget. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Good News Story Friday. I tend to like these Friday stories because, there's so much doom and gloom out there, but I really love talking to business owners about the positives and negatives. And I know Tony's going to join us in a couple of minutes as well, but welcome to Adam from the Bay Music School and Adam Mclean Music.
Yes.
So, Adam, tell us a little bit about you. For those who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about what do you do, and what gets you out of bed in the mornings?
Yeah, sure thing. I was a teacher for 8 years and a professional musician my whole life. And so basically, I left primary school teaching after 8 years to start Bay Music School, which is kind of like School of Rock for kids. I have kids all over the Bay of Plenty. We're in 8 different schools. And I work with about over 100 kids a week, just teaching them everything. So like ukulele, singing, drumming, being a band, putting on shows, and it's a lot of fun. And I also do my own music. So I play, I'm a professional singer and play at many events, corporate events, weddings, and I do that as well. And I also run another company called Bay Originals, which is all about original music, which is kind of like a social enterprise, I guess. It's non-for-profit, just getting music out there. So music.
Oh, wow. So you are a man of many hats.
Yeah.
So when COVID hit and the government was like, okay, we've got 48 hours to close, and the whole country is going into standstill, what was your immediate first thought?
Doom and gloom, really. I found we just put on an event at Australia Bay Originals event on the Saturday, and a friend of mine was kind of saying to me, it's going to happen. I didn't believe him. That Sunday, I hit me and I got pretty panicky and realized I was probably going to be dealing with a lot of months with income gone. Then the next week, obviously the 48-hour thing came along, and it was quite daunting. The fact that I was probably going to lose 3 months worth of income, an entire term, about 12 weddings, big weddings. I lost a whole bunch of corporate gigs. I was playing at the Chiefs. Awards night, doing some really cool stuff, and lost that all. So it was kind of like a bit of woe is me, I guess, for like a minute, and then switched switched just as quick.
Oh no, only that long, Adam. Just a minute.
Just enough.
I like it.
It was a day of gloom, a day of hope.
So tell us a little bit about the switch from day of gloom and going, what the hell's just happening, to, okay, I've got this. Like, how did you get yourself out of a panic into a space to go and say, okay, what's next and what am I going to do?
I suppose, well, for one, like me and my wife, she's got a good job and she's really strong in her job. So we had that covered. And then, just kind of like I could spend more time with my kids. So that was more like and I can actually stop because I was so busy. I had about 25 hours worth of performances in one of those weeks, the next week after this. So that's a lot of time me performing. And maybe I realized that it was probably a bit too much, and the reflection I started realizing this could be good for me to have a break. And then I could reset. And because the financial stuff was sorted in my situation, the financial wasn't a massive strain. And then kind of the positive of having family, and then the positive of having a break. And then the next thing was kind of like, what can I do with this new situation? How can I link to the people out there? Because everyone's at home, right? So the online light went up, I guess, and thought, how can I start doing things online to kind of connect to everyone at home?
So what did you do?
So we did, I did like a kids concert for Bay Music School. Is that backwards?
Yeah.
So I did an online kids concert. I did it twice a week. And I think the first one we had like 100 people online at once. There were like 8,000 views, the first one. And I played just like, Old Town Road and heaps of kids songs. And we did like, I made up a fitness song. I was like, everyone do push-ups, and the parents are loving it and everyone was loving it. And then I did 2 of those and just kept on doing them twice a week for the kids and the parents. And it was like a really good time. It was 12 o'clock in the day, good routine, break the routine in the day, have some fun, and did that. And then I decided to do a live concert on my page, Adam Mclean Music. And that got like hundreds of people as well. And then all of a sudden we started raising money. So someone said we should start donating to me, but I didn't really feel right about that. So I said, I created like a development fund for kids. So it's called Bay Music School Development Fund. And basically it's raising money for instruments for kids that are just so talented but don't have the resources, for teachers that are amazing but don't have the resources, people in the community that don't have a guitar. So there might be like a, I don't know, like a community hall that needs a guitar. So we can give them a guitar to put more music in their schools. A chance for me to go around schools and do concerts for kind of lower socioeconomic schools and bring music into their schools, and then heaps of different ideas. So I put it out there to the people, and we raised $3,100 in 2 weeks of just 2 concerts. And then the next week, I did one for mental health, and we raised $4,000. So that was 4 weeks. We raised over $7,000 in funding. So it's pretty amazing, really, to think you can do. The opportunity to do that was there. I never would have thought.
So, but before that, Adam, with with your kids' concerts that you're doing for at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and the stuff that you're doing on your page, were you doing that for free?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
thought, hey, look, I need to get out there and put myself out there, get out there and see what comes out of it.
Wasn't really the putting myself out there. That wasn't the emphasis. It was more like because I just want to play music all the time. I'm used to performing every day, so I perform every day, and I do professionally play about twice a week, and I'm with kids every day. So I'd see a good couple of hundred people a day, and I needed that outlet, and then the kids and the parents wanted that interaction as well. So it was more just like, we'll do it together. But then people from Australia and England and all sorts of people jumped on board, and then that was cool. But it was never really the point was never to grow the brand. It was more just like, I'll do this and you can take it or leave it, and people took it. So yeah, so it's really great.
I love it because that's the perfect way of growing a brand, right? Like most of us hope for a brand to just grow organically because the product we deliver is just speaking for itself, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And you obviously pinpointed having children yourself. You obviously pinpointed this whole, this is going to be a problem for parents. We're going to need to entertain our children. So why don't I entertain the children for you?
Yeah, exactly. And I'll get the parents involved. So I'm like, right, the parents' turn. Everyone look at their parent. They had the dance, and like it was just funny, like a lot of laughs and a lot of fun. And like, because me, like I went from being a full-time, I was a full-time dad all of a sudden, and 12 o'clock is a terrible time. You just want like some downtime. So 30 minutes, and then some kids watched it again and stuff. But yeah, it's just for me, like I know that I kind of just feel like in the mainstream. If you think about mainstream, the mainstream audience, if I look after the mainstream audience and just kind of do it genuinely, and I do it from actual genuine reasons, then I feel that the product, like you said, will look after itself. And yeah, that's just how I kind of roll, I guess. Yeah.
So from that, and I guess before this, online wouldn't have even been in your radar, wouldn't have even been in your wheelhouse. And coming out of lockdown, what does your business model look like now? Are you kind of doing a hybrid model? Or are you conscious of, well, that can be a whole different stream to develop the fund? Or tell us what you're up to now.
I thought pre-COVID, I thought 100% I needed actual physical interaction to get chemistry and get that kind of connection. I never thought that being online you could get people really engaged in what you do, like listening to every word and like really being a part of what you're doing, part of your journey. And so that was kind of like, okay, well, people are engaged, people are listening, and they really want to be a part of this. That's number one. And so the last 3 weeks I've been back with kids and working with them, and now I've got 4 weeks off where I'm kind of just re-strategizing. And definitely, so I'm going to be putting together some resources for teachers, putting together songs, like interactive songs for classes, and I'll try to keep that as personal as I can. That might be just doing shout outs to different schools or different provinces or different regions. But, I can't do it live every day. So it's just kind of like, in this kind of setting, I'll have like a backdrop and all that kind of stuff and do live songs, but teachers can share that with their kids. So that's where I'll go. But I tried to do online lessons and I didn't feel that. So I kind of gave that idea up.
For those people who are actually watching this, because we've got a few people watching, please comment below who is here. We would love to know who is here. And if you have any questions for Adam or any requests for Adam, yeah, feel free to put them down. I'm going to watch this thread. But Adam, so your idea of creating this resource toolbox, which I think is great, is this going to be a free thing or a paid thing, or how do you envision this to grow into a, you know, every school taking it up?
Yeah, I think the main, as every business starts out, it's just kind of getting reach and getting your face and your name out there. So I think start definitely be a free resource, and then I'll just get feedback from teachers, you know, like what's working, what's not, whatever. Eventually, I think the way it could go is either that's just a free thing that I do, and then I come to the school and do a live show, which will be paid. So that could be a different avenue. Or another avenue is you have a website and there's people subscribe. So that's another avenue too. But I think as everything, I'll keep it just pilot it with free, get as many people engaged as possible, and then kind of create the need for it throughout that time.
Because I think that would be a great membership resource for our teachers, right? To go and say, okay, you can become a member of the Bay Music School Club, and you know, pay even if it's a few dollars to get all the resources, and now and again, you know, every so often, every week or every month or whatever it is, you pull out a new toy box for them to play with.
Yeah, for sure. And the main thing with teaching, you got to realize that teachers don't, like I was a teacher for 8 years and I know Tony's kids, and it's, the teachers are so busy. They concentrate on reading, writing, maths. That's their main three. And then art, if you're a competent art teacher, you nail it. If you're a competent music teacher, you nail it. If you're a competent sportsman, you nail PE. For me, I wasn't into art. I found art really hard. I didn't like the mess. I just didn't like it that much. My next door neighbor loved it. I loved singing. Everyone else in the school hated singing. So, you know, like singing music's a really difficult thing for teachers to do, because if they're not confident with it at all. So so with this one, it'll be just making it so simple for teachers and just being like, press play, have the kids, you know, like for example, in the song, I could say, all right, kids, now tap your desks or whatever. And then, all right, let me know how that was. Put some comments in the little thing. So that's kind of like the plan. And teachers are far too busy. Let's look after them.
So absolutely, Adam. And from here, you're still doing the live gigs that you know, the weddings, and they kicking back on, and you're doing some of the more of those concert type things that are with all the other Bay Originals and the other entities that you've got. They starting to kick back up as well.
Yeah, definitely. So people, a lot of parties, like the corporate stuff hasn't started just yet. I think people are still a bit, they're holding off a little bit. But I've kept my kind of November, December calendar open, just knowing that people will start kicking into that kind of time.
Just an FYI for all those that are listening now and watching later, November, December, Adam's free.
Yeah.
Or available.
Question, what are you doing on the 1st of July?
1st of July? Nothing on 1st of July. Isn't that like a Wednesday?
It's a Thursday night. I think you should come and join us and do, like, you know, the locals supporting locals have get the ball rolling networking event. So I think you should come and join that networking event.
I'm there.
So if I shout you a couple of beers, can you bring your guitar?
Yeah, I'll do a 40-minute set for free.
Oh, love that.
Nice. But Paulina, you went into exactly the segue I was going to go to, so I like it. That's good.
Yeah, like totally. No, I love it. So that's perfect.
So, Adam, one other thing though, with the Bay School of Rock, the fund, the fund that you're doing, development fund. How can people? Is that still up and running? How can people give now if they want to and donate? How are you going to? You know?
Well, the stage one was kind of like we got that funding, and I'm about to roll it out in the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to the Waikato, doing a bunch of shows there. I do a bunch of shows in Bay of Plenty. I've got got guitars to give away. I've got like a drum workshop to start getting drumming going in classrooms. So I kind of want to roll that out now, then kind of re-go. So I want to show the proof of what I'm doing, and then share that, and then say, right, round 2, now we can start what do you call it? Donating again. But if people do want to donate as well, like just I can sort that out on my page, or you can message me. And if you've got an old guitar, old instruments you don't use, there are plenty of people that would love to be able to use that. And the point is not to help one person help themselves. It's more, everything I give, I want it to be kind of like a wave, like a ripple effect. So it needs to grow bigger than just the one person. So you're giving someone a net instead of teaching someone how to fish. I guess that would be the philosophy behind it.
So donating just by individuals or donating by businesses? Like, how do you envision this to work?
At the moment, people, it's the people that follow Adam Mclean Music and follow Bay Music School. It's just, these are everyday people. These are farmers, accountants. So at the moment, it's just been individuals. A company did give a bunch of guitars, and they put their sticker on it. And that was one way they did it. Another one, like an obvious one, is I'm about to go do these shows in front of probably a couple of thousand a week. If people want to sponsor, put a flag behind me and talk about their business, it's a very obvious way to kind of get their brand across. So there's definitely potential there to get sponsorship or get help, because it's going to go a long way.
I think you need to come up with a better plan by the 1st of July. And, while you're giving 3 minutes of a free set, I think you need to share with us on the 1st of July what it will look like for all the business owners who are there, because I think it's a great opportunity and awesome local cause, right? Like we, especially going, I don't know if you experienced this, but over the last, since COVID hit, we are so much more withdrawn now, and looking inwards, going, how can we support our own local community? So rather than going out there solving the world's problems, we are like, how can we solve here, right? So it would be a great cause for business owners and the ones who are joining us on the 1st of July on our party, to go and really say, okay, how do I stand behind a good cause?
Yeah, and this is all about well-being. Holder is a massive new thing. Oh, not a new thing. It's always been there, but the government are pushing well-being a lot more. And we all know how much music and how much if kids are happy, everyone's happy. If teachers are happy, we're all happy. So it's kind of like, if we go right to the roots and just getting kids happy, enthusiastic, engaged, there's not much we can do about that.
Oh, look, absolutely. I think over lockdown we had an I'm bored swear jar. So every time the kids said that I'm bored, they had to put it. They pulled out a task to do.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do that with go play the drums, go sing for a bit. Hit some notes on the desk. Go to Adam's page and record yourself doing something.
Yeah. Share some music, share some whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just as long as you're passionate and you love music and you're into it, then that's a great way to start.
Yeah, just to remove the boredom and get the creative side up.
I love it. Can I do it with my husband? Every time he says I'm bored, can I go and do a task? Do the washing or clean the floor?
I make myself bored a lot, because being bored's great, because you create new things,
Absolutely, yeah.
Our kids, we gave them nothing to play with, and then all of a sudden they pick up like a pen and it's like a rocket, so it's it's good to be bored.
So Adam, you seem to be really excited and excited about what's coming up next. Tell us, are you worried about the recession coming at all? You seem pretty chirpy right now.
Oh, well, I think I'm dealing with, if you break it right down, what I'm doing with it's a lot of people. There are a lot of people that I deal with. We're not talking big budgets. This is a small amount of money that can go a long way. So $10 times 100 people can go a long way. And with the recession, what I'm getting, I can do a lot more good with that. So going into a school for free from those 100 people that donated $10, that's not a big, I don't think a recession is going to affect that. If I was asking a massive company for $10,000, then yes, I'll be worried, but I'm not asking those companies for that kind of money. I'm asking the public, the everyday people out there, they're the ones who are supporting what we're doing. So that's why I'm not really worried.
Oh, look, and that's a true local story, right? You're getting the locals to help support the locals, and it's great to see you, one of the locals behind the locals, and developing the music creativity in our kids and the future generations. That's fantastic.
I love this because this is what, when we, Tony, Valerie, and I started this group, that was exactly what we were planning on doing. And it's really nice to see that we weren't the only ones thinking that way, right? But there's lots and lots of locals wanting to support the local community with the expertise they have. So it's absolutely fantastic.
You know, my dad, like my mum and dad from Potato, like they've helped their community their whole life for nothing, like they do it for nothing. And so that kind of those morals and those values are kind of like in our family as well. So but you can't do things at a loss. So for me, it's like, if I'm going to go out and do these things, I can't lose money. I can't do it at a loss. So I just like to cover our bases, I guess.
Absolutely. Adam, and just to, conscious of time, what can you elaborate just a little bit more around the mental health side? How is it affecting your business? What are you guys doing?
Well, just music, like for example, with kids, a lot of anxiety, a lot of nerves, a lot of confidence issues with kids, and through music and through performing and being a part of our groups, many kids. I don't have the exact stats, but like I can show you a bunch of emails today from parents saying how much their confidence has come out, how their anxiety is gone, and they're feeling more confident within themselves. They've got a tool to kind of regulate. So if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling not good, you can play some guitar, or you can listen to music, or you can be engaged with some kind of music, and that's huge. And I've been with many kids from behavioral issues, ministry behavioral issues, that have found music, and when they're angry and when they're going off the wall, guitar, soothe, like listen to your favorite song, like it helps. It's massive. One thing I do want to do is start building the stats on that, and building up a bit of evidence on that as well, just to prove that how good it is.
That's awesome, Adam. I'm getting goosebumps, mate. Getting goosebumps is all. It's all good stuff. Hey, and just wondering, because no doubt you've got some recordings of some music. I'm loath to say, hey, look, crack out a quick number. So what we'll do after this is see if we can post some of your stuff on our Facebook group and share it through.
There's one on my page called Mates. I just released it 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It's called Mates. It's about mates. How good it is. So share that one. That's a really good one. It shows, just being friends with people and good vibes. So share that one. Yeah.
Do that. We'll do that. And I'm sure before lockdown you didn't have a beard, mate. I'm sure you're clean shaven.
Oh yeah, so I grew a beard too. I was clean shaven.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of men who did that. You aren't the only one.
Yeah. We're beating the boredom. Growing a beard.
Beating the boredom, growing a beard. Sure. All right. Well, Adam, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. I am really excited to see you live on the 1st of July. So you'll get an email from us. It's really awesome. I love the community spirit. I love the fact that we all went through this phase of going, shit, what's just happened, right? To, okay, what are we going to do about it? And I love that we're in an environment, especially locals supporting locals, we're in an environment where we can honestly talk about this stuff is happening, but also being in this environment where we all lift our spirits and say, actually, this is how we can help each other and support each other.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
So, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to meeting you.
Yes. Wednesday the 1st of July.
Wednesday the 1st of July. Is Wednesday the 1st of July? No, I thought it was Thursday the 1st of July. Or am I just being drunk?
Thursday the 2nd.
Oh, Wednesday the 1st of July. It is too. Wednesday the 1st of July. See? I'm glad that Adam clarified it. Wednesday the 1st of July. Our networking event, we're going to have you live. So I will send you a message about that. But in the meantime, thank you so much for sharing your story, being so honest about what you thought, how you felt, so that every one of us can learn from this. And I reckon your excitement is contagious. So I think I'm going to hang out with you a little bit more.
After this, go make a plan.
Yes.
I'm gonna whack some drums somewhere, mate. It's all good. Get the bongos out.
Fabulous. So thank you, and we will see you soon in a couple of weeks, I guess.
Weeks.
Thank you,
Everybody,
Adam.
thanks for having me. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Awesome. Good work.
Excellent, Adam. Appreciate it.
All right.
Recording.